Hi, welcome to the Coffee Hour, a show that involves you in verbal interaction. Sports with Brian Camp. So settle in with coffee in hand and enjoy the Coffee Hour. Now here's your host, Frank Allan.
Well, happy Friday, everybody. TGIF, here we are once again. We're so glad to have you aboard with us. Welcome to another Friday, and the edition of the show is called The Coffee Hour. My name is Frank Allan, and we're here every Friday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern, and we're glad that all of you are here. And those of you here for the first time, of course, we welcome you aboard to be with us. How we get the show rolling? Well, it starts with me, right? Because I'm the host, and this way I have to keep things rolling. I'll get conversation going, and in the meantime, in between time, you can join in on conversation too. How do you do that? Well, you have a keyboard right there. You're watching us. You're on your computer, you're on your cell phone, and maybe you're on your tablet or any other device that will allow you to watch us. All you have to do is use your fingers and type in whatever you want to talk about, and I'll see you right there on a big screen. I will entertain all of your thoughts and ideas, and you can join in on the conversation. And if by chance there's something that you want to talk about, in particular, the news of the day, whatever it is, of course, we will entertain you, and we will be delighted to talk to you, of course. And if you're going to join in conversation, we're going to ask you, if you would, to please give us your weather forecast. Now, we do that every week, all right? That's not mandatory, but that's something that we like to do because we like to, compare notes on what the weather is in different areas. My weather may be different from yours, and we just want to see how yours is going to as well. Well, so far, we got the weather is pretty good here in New York. We're going to talk about that later. And I will give you the weather forecast for the New York area. Now, those of you who are in the New York area, don't worry about giving us yours when you come in, because I will take care of that. You dodged a bullet, so you don't have to worry about that. But for the rest of you in different parts of the world, different parts of the country, we'll ask you for yours, and we'll be delighted to hear from you. A lot of people like to sit back and watch the show, and you can do that too. There's no problem with that. But we'd like to address you personally. We'd love to talk to you. So if you want to say hello at any time, please feel free to do so. Now, if you're watching us for the very first time, note that we're on 3 different places. We're live on Facebook, we're on YouTube, and we're also live on Instagram as well. So we want to say hello to all of our friends out there. So pick your choice on what you want to do and or where you want to be. And pass it along to your friends, because if you're watching us on Facebook, we ask you, if you would please, to tag all of your friends. You could tag this show to your friends right now as we speak. And while the show is just getting started, while we're doing all the preliminaries right now, tag them, tag the show along. They'll see that notification. They'll know it's coming from you. And when they see that, they'll click onto that notification, and it brings them directly here to us. How about that? Excuse me. Oh boy, got a frog in my, I was afraid that was going to happen. Anyway, and if you're watching us on YouTube, what we want you to do, and we always encourage you to do, is to subscribe to my YouTube channel. How do you do that? Okay, if you're on YouTube right now, you'll see it. It says subscribe. Just take your mouse, point it to the subscribe button, click it, and it's in. Do you have to pay anything? No, you don't have to do that. No charge. It's free of charge. Everything is free of charge. You don't have to have a note from your doctor, your lawyer, your mother, your father, or anything like that, unless, of course, you're under 18 years old. Then, of course, you're going to have to consult with that. But other than that, everything is free. And when you subscribe to us on my YouTube channel, that'll give you a chance to know when we come on live. I give you notification. Or even if we post a video of some sort, the notification will pop up. All you have to do is click onto that notification, and it brings you right to the YouTube channel, and you can see what's happening here, because a lot of people, sometimes they forget that the show is coming on. And that's the benefit of subscribing to us. And when you see it pop on, you say, oh my God, I forgot. He's live. Let's click on, go right there, And so again, pass it along to your friends too. And those of you who are on Facebook, you may have a lot of friends that are out there. And of course, we like to have them. The more, the merrier. And for those of you who are watching us on Instagram, all you have to do is just stay in touch with us. Keep following us. Put the word out there to everyone that you know that we're on the air, and everything will be fine. As we always do, we have coming up in our show, in conjunction with interacting with you, coming up next, right now, as a matter of fact, Brian Camp is coming along with the latest developments in today's world of sports on Sports Update. And he got a lot of sports news and he'll bring that to you. And of course, later on in the program, I have the movies of the week, my picks of the week of what you should watch if you want to catch up on some movies of some sort. And if you want to do that this weekend, that's coming up. So saying all of that, we want to thank you all for being here. So let's raise our glasses and our cups because this is the coffee hour. And what would the coffee hour be without a little coffee? So excuse me while I shoot up. And while I'm shooting up, Brian is over there shooting up too. I think he's drinking water anyway. He's got the latest developments in today's world of sports and he's advertising it. How you doing, Brian?
All right. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. It's a better day.
Wearing a red cap. Can I see what the insignia is on there? Oh, it's just a plain red cap. Okay. Okay.
Nike.
You're good here. Okay.
Yeah. I'm matching a red whistle, my red hat, my black Nikes, red Jordans, and my gray and red shorts.
Okay.
I got a match. All
right, well,
the little.
Just as long as that red cap doesn't have the insignia of,
Of him, yeah, no, not the guy that used to that reside at 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. No.
Yeah, 345/666.
Exactly. Yes. But good evening to you and to everybody out there who's tuning in. It's a beautiful morning here in the Queen City of Charlotte, North Carolina. It is 72 degrees. The high will be 84 with 30% chance of rain throughout the day. 30% means maybe it's going to rain, maybe it's not. We don't know, but it's going to be warm though. It's going to be warm. And it's a beautiful day thus far. It's a beautiful day regardless because we're here. We're up. We was able to rise to see today and on Mother's Day weekend. So yes. Get to the sports. Got some three stories I want to read about NFL, and the NCAA baseball. Alabama Crimson Tide coach Brad Bohannon was fired last week during a widespread investigation into suspicious betting activity on the Crimson Tide's game against LSU last week. Sportsbook surveillance video indicate that the person who placed the bets was communicating with Bohannon at the time. Multiple sources with direct information above about the investigation was told to ESPN. So he is out of a job. You don't want to ever rejoice about somebody losing a job, but he's out of a job. Another person in baseball might be losing their job too. Oakland A's broadcaster Glenn Kuiper has been suspended after uttering a racial slur while describing a trip to the Negro League Baseball Museum. Now, the Negro Baseball League Museum is in Kansas City. That's one of the places that I want to go. Hopefully, I could go this year, maybe in the fall. Now, Kuiper will remain off the air until a review of what happened later in the game. In the innings, he did later apologize on the air, stated that it didn't come out quite the way I wanted it to. That's exactly what do you mean by you don't know how it didn't come out the way you wanted to? What else was on your mind? Now, he has been calling the Oakland A's games in the Bay Area about 20 years. He's the younger brother of former Major League Baseball and player and current announcer Dwayne Kuiper. Dwayne Kuiper broadcast the games on the other side of the Bay with the San Francisco Giants. Now, the Bay is split up between bridges. You got Oakland on one side and San Francisco on the other side. They have a third brother who's he's more like a producer, executive producer. He produces his brother Glenn Kuiper's game. So we don't know what's going to happen. His investigation is pending, but he is been suspended indefinitely until we find out what will happen. And we just don't know what's going to happen. When you say these here things, Especially made a statement like, we don't know. He said that he didn't quite come out the way he wanted it to. So let's see what happens. In the NBA, the playoffs resume tonight in Miami. The New York Knickerbockers, are going to be playing the Miami Heat game. That's going to be game 6. Game 6. Yep. So that's going to be in Miami. So, and the second game would be the LA Lakers would be hosting the Golden State Warriors. That also the game 6. Shop jock Howard Stern, as we all know, is upset that black NBA players ignore him while he's at courtside at Madison Square Garden. He's been going to basketball games at the Garden during the Patrick Ewing era. But he said for some reason that they just ignore him, the black players. Now, he sits near Tracy Morgan, Spike Lee, Chris Rock, and other celebrities. But he just feels that the black players are just ignoring him. They don't acknowledge him, and they won't come over to say hello like they could come over to say hello to everybody else. Now, Howard Stern is the king of the media. He's the king. Yes, he is. He's the king. If you ever listen to Howard Stern, some may like him, some don't, but he's been around for a long time. And he says that referees who average the years of 46 years old acknowledge him at the games at Madison Square Garden, but players average around 26 years of age don't even know who he is. So it's a little sensitive there for him. Howard Stern. I thought Howard Stern was the type of person, I don't care less whether you speak to me or not or like me or not. He's Howard Stern. He's the king of media. But that's where we stand today. This day in sports, May 12th, 1955, Chicago Cubs, Sam Toothpick Jones. Did I say that right? Sam Toothpick Jones was the first African-American pitcher to pitch a no-hitter versus the Pittsburgh Pirates at Wrigley Field. 1970, Ernie Banks hits his 500th career home runs. Birthdays, 1925, Hall of Fame catcher Yogi Berra. Yes, Yogi Berra, coach and manager, was born in St. Louis, Missouri. Yes. And let's see what else we got. We have in 1935, Felipe Alou was born in Haiti, Dominican Republic. 1957, Lou Whitaker, Major League Baseball player, second baseman of the Detroit Tigers, was born in Brooklyn, New York. And weddings on this date, 1956, New York Yankee owner George Steinbrenner, at that age, was 25, married Elizabeth Zone Zay. And ladies and gentlemen, that is sports.
You say Sam Toothpick Jones?
Sam Toothpick Jones, yes. He's from the old Negro League.
I wonder how he got the name Toothpick.
There's a story behind it. I forgot what it was, but yeah, it makes sense, but I don't have it on me right now. But yeah, Sam Toothpick Jones,
Yeah, in the 50s, I had the name Toothpick.
Yeah.
As growing up as a little boy, I was this skinny kid, this real skinny kid, so skinny that my eyes went single file. That's how skinny I was. Or I could hula hoop with a Cheerio. Or tap dance on a razor blade.
A razor blade. There you go. There's a lot of them. Yeah. The toothpicks. Remember the toothpick that had the mint on it?
Yes.
Yeah.
They used to have those in the restaurants. They don't have those anymore. I don't know why.
They have them in a plastic sealed sticker where it's a toothpick and it's in a plastic sealed up. So they don't want it where you just pick it out because people's hands are all over it.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. But they're not minty though. They're just regular toothpicks.
They're not minty anymore. Yeah. I don't know if they still sell it,
You may be able to buy them in stores and supermarkets and things like that, but I don't think they have them in the restaurants, which is a logical place to have them because after eating, you have the minty toothpicks. But I guess maybe they don't have them because they already have mint candy that you can.
I think it was also because they made it minty because when you talk to the chicks with a toothpick in your mouth, it just makes the woman melt. So I think that helps too. I think that was the reason too.
Oh, those were the good old days. No more. No more.
Yeah. I don't know if you heard about the sad news about John Rowland passed away.
Yes, I did.
You did? Okay.
Yes, I did.
I meant to ask you that last night. You know,
He was a local news announcer here in New York.
Yeah.
He worked with Roseanne Scotto at one particular time. Roseanne Scotto gave him a beautiful tribute on her show on Channel 5 in New York.
okay.
Yeah, but I remember him. He was a great reporter. He was 81 years old, I think, when he died.
81 years old. You know, a lot of New York media people have left us. I don't know if there's some of them are still alive. Like my favorite was Chi Williams from Eyewitness News, and you had John Johnson. You know,
Yeah, she's still around. Chi Williams is still around, but she's not working. I don't think, some of these people, they leave the broadcast field and go into something else. Because some people, they could stay in broadcasting forever. And then some people say, oh, look, I've had it. I'm going to do something else,
Exactly. Yes, exactly.
I was head over heels over Chi Williams.
Yeah, Chi Williams and Sue Simmons. Remember Sue Simmons?
Yeah, well, Sue Simmons is retired. She did her thing around. She's retired now.
Yeah.
But those are the great reporters. Great reporters. Yeah. Okay, so Brian, we'll catch you back here next week.
Yes, I want to say Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there, and Happy Mother's Day to who never had a chance to become a mother, but filled in as mother figures, and the grandmothers and the great grandmothers and the aunts as well too.
Yeah, happy birthday to all those mothers.
Yes, Mother's Day. Yes.
Mother's Day. Okay, you take care of yourself. Have a great weekend. Talk to you soon.
All right.
Okay, that's Brian Camp, ladies and gentlemen, just wrapping up his segment of sports, that sports update, the latest developments in today's world of sports. He's here every week at this time, and he'll bring that information to you. He had to run, but in the future, if you ever want to join in conversation and talk about sports along with Brian, he's out here. He could talk to you live, just as I'm talking to as well. And he'll give you information, whatever questions that you may have, or any questions that you may have of me. That's why we're live. That's why we're here. That's why we do this. And to entertain all of you out there. I want to say good morning to Warren out there. Warren from Greensville, North Carolina. You just popped in. Good morning to you. And the weekend is coming up, ladies and gentlemen. Again, if you guys are going to chime in conversation on the show, please give us your weather forecast. That's what we ask you to do. What is it like in Greensville, North Carolina right now? We're going to ask Warren that. But in the meantime, while he's gathering that information, let me give you my information on the weather that we have here in New York. We have 75 degrees right now, and it's only after 10 o'clock here in New York City. 10 o'clock in the morning here in New York City, we've got 75 degrees, and it's not going to stop. It's going to go up, and it's about time. It's about time with all the up and down yo-yo weather that we had over the past couple of weeks. I think we're starting to almost get there to stabilize weather. Here's our forecast for today: a mix of clouds and sun during the morning, and we'll give way to cloudy skies this afternoon, but we'll have a high going up to 88 degrees. There's no rain in the forecast for today, and winds will be at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And tonight will be partly cloudy skies. This evening will become overcast overnight, low 66 degrees. Winds will be west at 5 to 10 miles per hour. For Saturday, another good one on the way, but it's going to be cloudy. I say good one because the temperature is good, so you don't have to wear any heavy coats or anything like that. Cloudy skies, high 78 degrees, but there's no rain in the forecast, so I guess we can get by with that. I'll take it. Winds will be light and variable. And for, for Saturday night, a few clouds. The clouds keep coming in, but there's no rain so far. We'll have a low 57 degrees for Saturday night, north winds at 5 to 10 miles per hour. And as we wrap up our weekend for Sunday, the clouds continue a little bit, not too much, sunshine and clouds together, a mix. So we'll have a high around 75 degrees, and winds will be north at 5 to 10 miles per hour right here in New York City. I'm repeating our current temperature. We've got 75 degrees outdoors right now. And I hope wherever you are, your weather is just as good or maybe even better. And you get a chance to go out and enjoy the outdoors, which a lot of people are going to be, because I know in Greensville, North Carolina right now, Warren has 70 degrees outside right now. 70 degrees presently, I would assume. And if it's 70 degrees now, we've got 75 here. I'm pretty sure it's going to go up somewhere around 80 degrees. But right now, we've got 75. He's got 70. And for the rest of you guys who are going to chime in our conversation, give us your weather forecast just as well. We're so glad to have you aboard with us for this Friday. It's the 12th day of May. And oh boy, so many things are happening. And as I said, Mother's Day is coming around, of course, this weekend. This Mother Day weekend. So all of you are going to prepare. If you're fortunate to have your mothers along with you, alive and living, well, you know, you're gonna want to take care of her this weekend, as you do, as I would suspect that you would do every day anyway. You know, mothers are the best, and they're your favorite girls. They should be. And of course, you want to either take them out on the town somewhere, or you want to, you know, just be with them. Just spend some quality time with your mom, because you only get one. After that, no more. One time and one time only. So you got to grab all the gusto you can get and enjoy that quality time with your mom. So take her out, buy her something, do something nice for your mom. Do something very nice for your mom. And this is the day to do it. And besides, every day is Mother's Day. We'll talk more about Mother's Day. I'll remind you before we go off the air to have a great Mother's Day. But all of you mothers, you deserve it. You deserve it. Of course, you heard in the news here in New York City. Now, this has nothing to do with you guys, but, you know, locally where I am, because this show is coming out of New York City. But I'm pretty sure the news went all over the place. So here in New York City, we had a situation where we had a guy by the name of Jordan Neely, who happens to have been a Michael Jackson impersonator, right? He was walking through the subway cars on the F train. The F train, you guys in New York City, you know the F train. He was walking through the cars on the F train. And they say that he suffers or struggles with mental health. And I don't know the situation. I wasn't there, but they was told that he was kind of antagonizing people and threatening people. We don't know that for sure. As I said, we weren't there. But some guy stepped up by the name of Daniel Penny. And Daniel Penny stopped him and placed him in a chokehold. Now, Daniel Penny is called in to turn himself in today. I don't know if it happened just yet. I don't know. You know, I'm on the air now, so I don't know. I won't know that until I get off the air, but I haven't heard anything whether he actually stepped up or not. But he will be facing charges. What those charges are, we don't know, but we do know that Daniel Penny will be facing those charges. It may be homicide. I don't know. We'll have to see about that. But one thing for sure, regardless of Jordan Neely's condition, whether it was a mental condition or whatever it was, he did not deserve to die. And, you know, I saw that video. It went viral. You can go on YouTube and you can watch it too. It went viral. It's sad the way it happened. He had him in a chokehold. Chokeholds are illegal in the police department here in New York. Did you know that? They outlawed that. So, you know, you got to figure what gives this guy the right to do what a police officer can't do anymore, you know. And it was sad to see. So we're going to see what his fate is going to be, because he's going to appear in court. And we're going to see what charges he's going to be brought up on and what penalties he's going to have to face with it all. But no, Jordan Neely did not have to die. He shouldn't have died. The people around him, when he was performing that chokehold, the people around him didn't even bother to stop him. You know, they just watched or just stood there. You know, and I don't know if the train was in motion at the time, because you didn't see anyone get on or get off the train or anything like that. So there's more to know about this case, and we'll know more about it when it happens. So Daniel Penny would be wise. It would be to his benefit to turn himself in, as he's expected to do so. So we'll hear more about that. And if anyone knows right now, if he had turned himself in at this time, please, give me a notification about that. And that would help me out a lot. This way I can give more information about it. but we'll see what happens when it happens. Other than I'll have to wait and find out exactly whether or not he turned himself in. And then we'll learn more about, when he goes to the courtroom, what his fate is going to be and what he's going to be charged for. In the entertainment news, of course, Jacqueline Zeman. Now, if you know who Jacqueline Zeman is, you would know her if you're a fan of General Hospital, that soap opera that comes on daily, Monday through Friday. And she starred in that soap opera, General Hospital, for more than 4 decades. And she was portraying the character. If you're a General Hospital fan, you'll know the character, Bobby Spencer. Well, she passed away Wednesday. I was surprised to hear about it because I just saw her on TV not long ago. But she passed away Wednesday. And she first joined the soap opera back in 1977. She joined in 1977 and went on from there up until this day. And before all of that, she was a model. I think she was a performer, but she was a model. I do know that. And she also, before General Hospital, she worked on a soap opera which no longer exists, called One Life to Live. Now, when she got that gig, she was only supposed to do 3 days, and she wound up doing a whole year from 1976 up until the following year. And then that's when she landed the gig on General Hospital, and she never looked back. But we want to send our condolences out to Jacqueline Zeman's family, friends, children, or all of the people who are around her, and even the people who used to work with her, family and friends, and of course the fans. And she was 70 years old. That's all she was, 70 years old. Now, in this day and age, 70 years old is a young age. It's a young age. It's not a spring chicken age, but it's a young age, 70 years old. So send all of that out. And ladies and gentlemen, of course, you heard about the other situations that goes on. You heard about the mass shooting. There's a mass shooting in the mall in Allan, Texas. People were like really riled up about that one. And you wonder when these things are going to subside and come to a head, come to an ending. And they never do at this particular point, because this is a gun culture now. Now, I know in Texas, as you already know, is a gun town. It's a gun town. There's no question about that. It always have been a gun town. But we never really resort to military equipment such as the AR-15, which happens to be the gun of the choice these days. People are shooting them up. Now, I thought we were kind of over all of this. Last week I just reported to you that they had another mass shooting. And the week before that, it was kind of quiet, so we didn't have to say anything about mass shootings. But then, here we go. Now, I always dread every time I go off the air on Fridays. I always dread to turn on the news because, I don't know. You never know what you're going to get. You don't know what you're going to get. And this mass shooting in Allan, I think it was Allan, Texas. This mass shooting there happened on the weekend. As a matter of fact, it happened Sunday. It happened last Sunday. And people woke up Monday morning and they heard all about it. And it was all over the media and all over the internet. And people were worried. And this happened in the mall. Now, people go to malls, especially young people, and there's no place on God's green earth that's safe anymore. You would think, you can go to the mall, do your shopping, but people worry when they go to the mall. People worry when they go to churches and synagogues and gymnasiums and other places where people, communicate or people relate to each other. And even in your own home, you're not even safe. You want to double check your locks before you go to bed each time. Double check, triple check. People do that right now. And people put bolts and 3 locks on their doors. There used to be the 2 locks, but now it's 3 locks and a bolt. People are nervous. People are nervous when they go to the supermarket or the grocery stores. You never know. You never know. I hope this never happens to anyone. I would like to hope that this is the end of the mass shootings. But as long as we have all of these people who are beholden to the NRA and thinking the fact that their Second Amendment rights are going to be turned or blasted away, which is not going to happen. There are always going to be people who own guns. They say people have the right to bear arms, but we have to read into that very carefully when they say people have the right to bear arms. And it's true because that's part of the Second Amendment. But, what kind of people have the right to bear arms? They don't do any checks anymore, no mental checks or anything, because people get these guns, these weapons, and they're not checked. They don't have background checks anymore. They just go out and get them like they're going into some kind of candy store, going to the showcase and said, I'll take that one, give me a few bullets, and I'm on my way. What happened to the background checking, So they're not doing that anymore. And as long as the people from the NRA, the people who are beholden to these people, as long as they believe that a fact and holding to that and not stepping up and saying, something, we've had enough of this. Now, for all of you people who own guns, all of you people who own guns, and I hope that if you do own a gun, that you're well trained to use it and that you had a background check. I'm hoping that's the case. But for those of you who own guns, and for those of you people who post Christmas card photos with your family in front of a Christmas tree with weaponry, with the AR-15s and smiling and being proud about it, I wish you would think about that because, karma, you know what they say about karma, right? And I don't want it for it to hit home. You don't want to wait until it hits home, because what happens, everything is fine now, but what if it hits home? I don't want to even entertain that thought, but think about it. What if it hits home? Is that the thing that's going to wake you up? I hope not. I hope that I would like to think that right now is the time to say, okay, something, too many people died, too many people are injured. And in this mass shooting in Allan, Texas, 8 people died, 7 people were injured. That's a lot of people. One person that dies, that's a lot of people. One person that's injured from a gun, that's a lot of people. That's a lot of people, and no one should have to go through this, and no one should have to be afraid. No one should have to walk out of their homes and look over their shoulders. And no one should have to second guess who their neighbors are, because, hey, remember the neighbor, that 2 weeks ago when he was shooting, he was just blasting away until someone said, can you not shoot your gun, make all of that noise, you're waking up my baby. And then that's when it happened. All you have to do is say something like that, or something wrong, or something anyone would perceive to be wrong, and you'll get shot. Don't knock on the wrong door. You can't knock on the wrong door. And that just brings me to what I said last week about you have the door-to-door Jehovah's Witness who they knock on your doors, and of course they do that because that's what they do. And I often think about that too, because I do know a lot of people who are under the faith of Jehovah's Witness. Some people don't do door-to-door, and some people do. And I'm pretty sure they think about it too. Is it worth it to do door-to-door anymore? You can't, it's not like it was back in the 50s and the 60s when, remember in the old days, people used to have door-to-door salesmen, used to sell you things, but that's when things were safe and there were no AR-15s pointed in your face as you entered the door, and people would invite you in. And I remember the days when you could leave your door open. No one would bother you. No one would come to your house. No one would do anything. I remember those days, but those were those days, and those days are over, and they're not coming back. And until we get a handle of all of this, all of these things going on, until we get a handle on all of that, this is the way it's going to be, and this is the way. And I'm sorry to say, but that's how it is. But we survive a lot of things, and of course, one of the things that we're going to survive is this. And we just have to make sure that these things never happen again. We keep saying it, but they do happen. And as much as I hate to say it, there will be more injuries, more killings because of these AR-15 guns, these rifles that people are using. And people made them famous. People remember that kid at 17 years old, Kyle Rittenhouse, remember him? Kyle Rittenhouse, I say Rittenhouse, Kyle Rittenhouse, remember him? He was a 17-year-old kid, and the Republicans, not the Republicans, the moderate Republicans, I'm talking about the MAGA Republicans, who I like to affectionately call them the MAGA maggots. They glorify this guy, he's a hero, he's a hero. He shot up and he killed people. He killed a person. And he's a hero, and a lot of people, when there are some people, when they have these killings and these shootings, these mass shootings going along, what do you say? They said, oh, these people are heroes. They're all heroes. And that's not the way we should look at it. That's not the way I look at it. We're not heroes. They're not heroes. As a matter of fact, they're all but cowards. They're cowards. That's what they are. Anyway, thank you for being with us. The name of the show is called The Coffee Hour. I want to say hello to all of you guys out there and watching us on Instagram. Give a good wave to you guys out there. I want to say hello to all of you guys who are watching us on YouTube and, of course, Facebook too. We're live on Facebook and YouTube and Instagram too. And again, I always say that all of you who would like to participate in conversation here, if you have anything or maybe even a rebuttal of what I was just talking about, we're open-minded here. That's what we do. It's a place of free exchange and ideas. And that just reminds me, just reminds me, because it's never too late to do that. All of the views and the opinions expressed on this show, The Coffee Hour, does not necessarily reflect the view or the opinion of the people of Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Zoom, or any kind of other media outlet or social media outlet. So saying everything that I said, I just disclaim myself from all of these. So these are the responsibilities that we take, and we don't take them to a limit where we hurt anyone or make mockery of anything. And being that we're all responsible for what we say and do, we're going to make sure that we stay in the round and couch the show in a way where it doesn't hurt anyone or offend anyone. So that's what we do. So anyway, thank you so much for being along, and I hope that you have your coffee in hand. I have a little iced coffee today. This is a little iced coffee today, and that's what I feel like. It's going to go up 88 degrees. I may have more iced coffee later on, iced tea or whatever, but it's all here. And so, ladies and gentlemen, once again, excuse me while I shoot up. Oh boy. Yeah, every once in a while, I like to do iced coffee. And I think this is a good day to do it. As a matter of fact, you can have iced coffee any time in the season. There's no saying that, oh, it's cold outside, so you can't drink iced coffee. You can't drink it. So, that's what it is. You can't drink it. So that's what it is. Anyway, we are here, and we're going to be along with you to the top of the hour. And of course, the top of the hour will bring you all of everything. We get out of here and we wrap it up and make sure that we're here, and the weekend is coming along. And again, I'm going to repeat, since we're talking about the weekend, I want to let you know that in the weekend, we have those movies we're telling you about, and this comes along a little later in the show. We have those movies that we're telling you about. Of course, as you already know, what we do is we have our picks of the week. Movies of the week, all right? And of course, we kind of let you know that just in case during the weekend you want to include catching up on some movies or catching up on movies that you haven't seen in a long time, and there's a lot of movies to watch, and I can tell you more about that later. But I just want to add to your bucket list of movies on what to watch over the course of the weekend. All right, because a lot of people use the weekend to lay back and do nothing, because you work all week long. You work all week long. You got this, you got that. So you work all week long, and of course you're gonna want to lay back. And one of the things to do, either you're going to enjoy the outdoor activities, which of course I can't blame you for that, and especially if your weather's going to be good, like here in New York, you're going to want to enjoy outdoor activities, go somewhere, and when you come back, maybe watch old movies or whatever it is. So I have that. I have my selection of the movies that I think you're going to like and enjoy. So that's all coming up later on in the program. Oh, let's see. Happy birthday. All birthdays today. Now, we were talking about birthdays. We got some birthdays today. Actress Rebecca Herbst. Actress Rebecca Herbst, who we just mentioned, General Hospital. She's on General Hospital. She's one of the people on General Hospital too. We just mentioned we had a passing actress on General Hospital, but she's celebrating a birthday today. She's 46 years old, and more actresses come along. Actress Jamie Lerner is 52 years old. Actress Samantha Mathis, I don't think any relations to Johnny. She's 53 years old, or at least I haven't heard that anyway. Actress Kim Field from Facts of Life turns 54 years old today. Actor Emilio Estevez is 61 years old. Actor Ving Rhames, he's 64. Get to this, Homer Simpson of The Simpsons is 67 years old today. Homer Simpson is 67 years old today. I kid you not. You can't make this up. So happy birthday to Homer Simpson. He's still alive, and Homer Simpson is never going to die. You already know that, right? He's going to be around forever. These people never die. Homer Simpson is going to live long. He's younger than Mickey Mouse, of course, but Mickey Mouse is still here. Mr. Clean is never going to die, so well, I should be so lucky. Anyway, happy birthday, Homer Simpson. Actor Bruce Boxleitner. Actor Bruce Boxleitner, a very great actor too. He's 73 years old today. And singer Steve Winwood is 75 years old today. And the following people are no longer with us. We have R&B singer James Purifier of the duo James and Bobby Purifier, with that big hit they had in the 60s called I'm Your Puppet. Well, he would have been 79 years old today. Norman Whitfield, who was a songwriter and a producer of the Motown stable, he would have been 83 years old today. Comedian George Carlin would have been 86. TV and radio interviewer Tom Snyder would have been 87 years old. Burt Bacharach, all right, who made fantastic music and had Dionne Warwick in his stable, and Dusty Springfield and a lot of other people he wrote for. Of course, you know, he just recently passed away. He would have been 95 years old today. Businesswoman Mary Kay Ash does the cosmetics. Remember her? She would have been 105 years old. Journalist Howard K. Smith, remember him? He would have been 109 years old. Let's see. Music arranger Gordon Jenkins, who worked with people like Nat King Cole and Frank Sinatra and Sammy Davis, all of those people in that stable. He would have been 113 years old. And finally, actress Katharine Hepburn, or you can call her Kate Hepburn, great actress, loved her, goes way back in time. She would have been 116 years old. So happy birthday to all of them. And we're so glad that the everyone is celebrating a birthday and getting along very well. And and if you're celebrating a birthday too, happy birthday to you, wherever you are or wherever you may be. And we thank you so much for being along with us. I always ask you guys, I always do that. You guys know that. I always ask you guys if you guys like to join in conversation, and you can still do that. We have under a little over 15 minutes in the show, a little over. And you could still at this particular point join in conversation. And as I said, if you'd like to do that, please, it's not mandatory, but we always ask you to join in and give us your weather forecast. And of course, we want to relay that too. But in the meantime, those of you who want to sit back, and a lot of you guys do, you sit back and relax and just watch the show, and you don't want to join them because there's a lot of people at work at this particular time, particularly if you're in my time zone, if you're in the Eastern Standard Time Zone, even if you're in Central or whatever, you know, it's the working hours and people are working. And if you're in a particular time zone like this, after going on 11 o'clock, if you didn't take your coffee break, maybe now this is the time that you have your coffee break. Take your coffee break and sit at your desk and enjoy your coffee along with watching a show at the same time. And then when that 15-minute coffee break is over, then you can still continue to work because you're still at your desk and still watch the show at the same time. And of course, that's what we call multitasking. So, but again, you know, if you don't want to join in on the conversation, I do understand that, but a lot of people would like to know, well, you know, I like to talk to you, but I don't want to do it live. So maybe there's another way. There are two other ways to do that. You can email me or you can phone me. There's two ways to do that, right? I'll give you the email address at first. How about that? Let's do the email address first. The email address is frankallenprod@aol.com. That's frankallenprod@aol.com. You can do that or give us a call. Give us a call. The telephone number is 641-715-3900, extension 467-134. That's 641-715-3900, extension 467-134. Now, you can use those options, one of those options, or both of them if you like, whatever. If you don't feel that you're not getting through to me on one, and you can try another, but I guarantee you'll get through either way. You'll get through me. And you can, when you phone us or if you email us, you may want to find out more about this show. You may want to critique the show, or you may want to suggest something to add into the show, into this format. We're open ears. We have open ears, open minds, and of course, we listen to you. And of course, we welcome your input. And so you can do that anytime, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days out of the year, which is fine. So let me give you that email address once more. That's frankallenprod@aol.com. Remember that you should spell Allan, A-L-L-A-N, and prod is P-R-O-D. That's short for Productions. frankallenprod@aol.com. Again, that's frankallenprod@aol.com. Or again, you can call 641-715-3900, extension 467-134. That's 641-715-3900, extension 467-134. And we look forward to hearing from you. You know, I look forward to hearing from you. And again, you know, just feel free to talk about whatever you want to talk about. Okay, we're still here. And of course, the name of the show is called The Coffee Hour. And those of you who are watching for the first time, again, we welcome you. And you're just as welcome as anyone who's have been here for a long time. Of course, we always thank you for being part of us. And that's the whole idea, to be part of us. And again, you know, you can, again, whatever time we have left, you know, you could tag your friends, tag the show to your friends. And of course, for you people who are watching us on Instagram, of course, you know, just keep following us and keep spreading the word. And those of you who are watching us on YouTube, subscribe to my YouTube channel. That's important to us. You know, you can subscribe. And when you do, that gives you the opportunity to know that when we come on live, you get notification. Even if we just post a video, you get notification. And of course, everybody's happy at that particular point. So please, we thank you so much for that. Okay, we move right along in the show. Gotta tell you about this. Okay, as you already know, ladies and gentlemen, a jury in a civil trial held in Lower Manhattan in New York City found the 345/666 beast incarnate sexually abused the E. Jean Carroll, sexually abused her. E. Jean Carroll, and did that in a dressing room, according to this. Did that in a dressing room in Bergdorf Goodman. That's a department store in New York City in mid-Manhattan in the 90s. And he defamed her after she went public about this incident in 2019. And in that, and he denied all of that, by the way. He denied all of that. Even to this day, he denied all of that. And when it all occurred, he denied it all, still denies it right now. But the jury, which has made up of 6 men and 3 women, also found that 345/666 was not guilty for rape. He was charged for sexual battery or sexual abuse, but he was not, he was found not guilty for rape. All right. Now, that's something that you have to decide for yourself whether you believe that or not. And the mixed decision, which was unanimous, all of this was unanimous. It was a unanimous decision. They decided this is what it was. Took the jury less than 3 hours to reach that award. And the award for Carol totals up to $5 million. That's what she's going to get. But it says that 345/666 Beast Incarnate and his attorneys say they're going to appeal. Now, you know something? Let me stop right there. He said he's going to appeal. If he's going to appeal, then why didn't he show up when the judge had already said to him, well, we're going to give you up until Sunday evening at 5 p.m. and make up your mind whether you want to show up or not, because it was said that the attorneys told the judge that, oh, he's not going to show up. But where he was in Ireland golfing, and he told the people he's got to rush back to New York because he is going to face this woman. And so the judge didn't know what to make. One person said, which was the judge or the lawyer, said that he wasn't coming, and 345/666 himself said that he was coming. And so being that the judge said, okay, I'm going to do this, which a judge really never does. He gave him a break. He was very generous with this guy. He gave him a break and said, we're going to give you until Sunday evening at 5 p.m. to either tell us that you're going to be here or not. We're going to give you that break. That was a sweet deal. All right. Of course, he didn't show up. And so they had to proceed. And so this consequently was the outcome of it. Now he has to pay $5 million. Now to appeal, I don't think the judge is going to want to listen to it now, because the judge already gave him a break. Told him you want to be here, you know, because this way we give you this break. This way you can't say that, well, we didn't give you a chance to hear our side of the story, or due process, which everybody's entitled to, you know, in the court of law. This way, you know, he didn't take it. So I don't think he has much leverage when it comes to wanting to appeal this case. I don't really think he had much leverage. But that was the final, and he went on that town hall. If you've seen that town hall, that CNN town hall on, I think it was today. Today's Friday. It was Wednesday night. And he was out there and he talked about it. He insulted the moderator. And by the way, speaking of the moderator, I have to give her props. I'm talking about Caitlin Collins of CNN. I have to give her props. She handled it very well. A lot of people have mixed emotions or mixed feelings about what she did or how she handled it. I say my point of view of it. I thought she handled it very well. I thought she was prepared enough. Although I would say that if it were me, I would have had all of the videos and the sound bites and everything prepared just in case he said, no, didn't happen. Well, I have the sound bite. Here it is. And I think that would have been great if that had happened. If her producers would have got together and say, hey, maybe we should get these sound bites and these videos of everything he said, just in case he denies it, and we'll have it for him. I thought that would have been great. I thought that'd been great, but you know, it didn't happen, and he lied through his teeth from the beginning of it all. He lied. And he called Caitlin Collins a nasty person. He made mockery of E. Jean Carroll, and the people that were in the audience were all Republicans and all Trump supporters. So that made him feel comfortable. He fed off the laughter, and he fed off the applause and the mockery and everything. As far as the Hollywood access, we already know about that Hollywood access. According to him, it's all right. I'm a star, and I could abuse a woman anytime I like because I'm a star. I can do that. It's been like that for the past million years. All right, we're not going to go back that far, a million years. Nobody remembers a million years ago. But you know, so it's okay. It was okay for him to do that. He was asked a lot of questions that even a 5-year-old could answer, but didn't. All right. And as far as the January 6th insurrection, we heard him in the past say there was no insurrection, but he did say the people were there and they had love in their hearts, and they were fine people on both sides. Anyway, they were fine people, and they came in, they were peaceful people, and it was a beautiful day as far as he was concerned. January 6th, okay? Roll that tape. There's the footage right there that shows you otherwise. And when he shows us his real colors, because when he gets into office, according to him, when he gets to office, he is going to continue to reinforce a family separation. Remember that? Separating family from the kids if they come to the border. And how he said it, he said, if we take away the kids, or if they won't come, you know, so we already know that's what he's going to do. That's part of his agenda right there. He praised Putin continuously. He called the black officer at the day of the Capitol building who shot that lady, Ashley, I think her name is Ashley, can't think of her last name because I'm running for time right now. But you remember the girl that got shot? He called him a thug. And he continued saying it was a stolen election, a rigged election. Caitlin Collins kept saying, you can't keep saying that on the show because the election was not rigged. It wasn't stolen. And there's no evidence of that. And as a matter of fact, there's evidence that it wasn't stolen. And he was asked too whether or not this war between Ukraine and Russia, who was going to win. He couldn't answer that question, or he wouldn't answer that question. He just kept saying, I don't want to see anybody dying, you know, but we already know, knowing how he is, we already know who he's already rooting for already. So we're throwing that out of the equation. Ladies and gentlemen, I appeal to you, ladies and gentlemen, with everything that's going on, to use your voting privilege wisely, because we know that this guy is going to run, and he is going to be phenomenal in the primaries. We already know that. You know, there's no one who's going to whip him. No one is going to whip him. You know, not even Pence. You know, no one is going to whip him. So he's going to be there, and it's going to wind up, ladies and gentlemen. My prediction: it's going to wind up. We go back in time, and it's going to wind up the way it was before. It's going to be Biden and 345/666 beast incarnate. That's how it's going to be. All right. And for the people in the media, once this is all over, take him out of the equation. Don't give him a platform ever again, because if he doesn't have a platform, he's silenced. We don't want to hear about him anymore. There's a lot to talk about, and there's more to come on it all, including the George Santos saga. Of course, you already heard about them. He was charged. He was arrested Wednesday, surrendering of federal authorities. They busted him Wednesday after being indicted for 13 charges, including wire fraud, money laundering, theft of public funds, and making statements to the House of Representatives that weren't true. So many things are happening. And I'll tell you what else is happening. Movies, all right? I have one movie this week. Just one. Just all I have was one movie this week that I think you're going to like. And it goes back to 1957. here's something to add to your bucket list of movies to, what to watch. This is called A Face in the Crowd, a great movie. I love this movie with Andy Griffith and Patricia Neal. That's on Turner Classic Movies, and you can catch it this Saturday at 12:30 a.m. Eastern. That's after midnight. And just in case you're not up at that hour, you can DVR it and watch it at your own time. And so we hope that you enjoy that, and we hope that you enjoyed the show today. We're going to be back here next Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern for Talk Back Live. Brian Camp will be with me with sports, and of course, I hope that you'd be with me as well. Other than that, we'll be back here next Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern for more of the coffee hour. And of course, we hope that you be here just as well. And of course, keep your inputs coming in. We really appreciate that. But in the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, a happy Mother's Day to each and every one of you. Take care of your mother, take her out, and use that quality time with her. Have a great day, a great weekend. Happy Mother's Day, and I will see you soon. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.
You've been watching The Coffee Hour with your host, Frank Allen. The producer has been Al Dale. Technical assistant, Dave Taylor. Research by Sandy Pierce. And I'm your announcer, Donna Stenke. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time on The Coffee Hour.